Yeah, being away from Clemson for 2 months has been, a blessing and a curse. I miss the people, miss the space, but also, just being able to venture out to the world and see different things has been a blessing. Having the opportunity to meet different people and meet different people from different schools has given me so much appreciation for what I have here and in the university that I've been at. So, yeah, the process has been so great, and today being able to go back out there on the field with the guys that I played here for a long time with, it was really special, and just kind of taking it all in and soaking it all in. That was probably one of my last moments being out there on the practice field with my guys.
What were you trying to show the scouts today? I mean, you came here as a wide receiver, you're leaving as a running back. You could probably do both still. What were you trying to show them today?
Today, I wanted to show the scouts my versatility. Just how I could be used in so many different ways, especially on the offensive side of the ball. And, also, clean up some of my drill work, 5-10-5. I wanted to redo that and get time on the board. And I think that I did a good job of showing my versatility out of the backfield and lining up out wide at receiver, where I'm comfortable at. And just letting the people know that I'm still comfortable at doing everything on the football field.
What have been the conversations with teams as far as how they want to use you or could use you?
It's just kind of been all over the place. Some people, when the NFL, the season ends, they just start watching tape, so they don't know that I used to play receiver, so that they think I'm a true running back. But, guys that have done, deeper studies that may have seasons that may have ended earlier know that I played receiver, and they can see, just the potential of me being a positionless player, and they kind of get excited when they know that. So it's kind of, different conversations that I've had with different organizations, but they all have been good conversations.
Does that make it like a wild card for you on draft weekend?
I think I am the wild card. I think that, I bring a different, just different aspect to the offensive side of the ball that a lot of guys in this draft don't.
What moment at Clemson prepared you most for the NFL?
Ooh. Probably, I would say probably when I first had a couple of injuries, maybe tore my ACL, just the different up and downs that I had to go through as a player. It taught me how to fight through adversity and understand that everything's not going to go your way. Also, being benched multiple times, that's just the aspect in the game, the nature of this game. So I probably will be benched again, hopefully not, but, when it does come, I'll be able to fight back and handle it and respond in the right way.
Talk about that versatility, and you look at somebody like a Travis Hunter that plays both ways. Would you be looking to possibly play both wide receiver and running back at the next level, or are you just looking at one position in general?
I'm looking to play the offensive side of the ball, wherever I can get touches at. That's what I want to do. Wherever I can make big plays for my teammates, that's what I want to bring. And, if it's out wide, going down the field or catching hitches, or, if it's in the backfield running gap scheme or outside zone, bro, I think that I just bring a great versatility to the offensive side of the ball. I just want to make big plays and help spring big plays for an offense.
Describe your NFL playing style in one word.
Versatile. I mean, that's the word that I've been using, just being able to do so many different things.
How do you think about the adversity that you've overcome in your career and the selflessness to switch positions midstream? Do you allow yourself to think about how close you are to something that I imagine you've been dreaming about your entire life, the opportunity to get drafted and go play in the NFL, and your nonlinear career to get to this point? What makes you most grateful about the experience?
I think you used a good word there, nonlinear. I think that life is nonlinear. So, I mean, my NFL career is probably not just going to go extending straight up. It's going to be up and downs. And I think that, the adversity would just only make me come back even stronger. And that's what it's done in my college career, using that adversity to build on and using that, just to be able to come back and be stronger. And like you said, my selflessness, regardless of if I'm on the field on special teams or on the offensive side of the ball, I want to do anything and everything that I can to help a team win.
In those 2 months away from Clemson, what's the biggest thing that you learned or biggest thing you improved on?
I learned that everything is not catered to you. When you come into this facility, you got food, snacks, drink. It's not all that like cookies and cream. When you go out into the real world, you have to fight for what you want. And, if you don't go fight for it, you're just going to fall behind the 8 ball. And I think that if you don't go out there and put yourself in front, you're just going to continue to fall back behind the other people that do.
Throughout your time here, I've gotten many pictures of you with not only playing with your brother, but also pictures of your family being on the field with you. How have they helped you prepare for this moment?
They really been my everything, just kind of keeping me grounded, having people around me, like my trainers and my mentors, just people that I can vent to. When you're in college, a lot of things, you go through a lot of things, and if you don't have that one person that you can call and just sit there and chat to about something that's off the field or there's something that's going on in your life, it's just going to drive you crazy. So when you got a good support system, that'll take you a long, far way.
You're a great high school player as well. When did you start to believe that this day would be possible, that your college career's over, and now here you stand talking about getting ready for an NFL career? When did you start to think that that was possible?
Probably in the 9th grade. I knew that it was a dream. I knew that it was a goal of mine, but I didn't know how much work it would take to get to this moment. So many tears, so much sweat, multiple days bleeding, especially on the football field and, playing, going out there competing. I think that, at the next level is some of the most competitive players and competitive people in the world. So if you don't have that mindset and that tenaciousness to go out there and compete in everything that you do, I don't think that you're going to be successful in this game.
With 4 of your offensive linemen out there with you today and what they did for y'all as an offense throughout their career, throughout your career, how does it feel that you got to have one more day with those guys before you go to the next level? And talk about the next level. Who are the players you kind of model or are influenced by in the NFL that you hope to not strive to be, but kind of have that kind of playing style mentality?
Just being out there with those offensive linemen that put their body on the line and sacrifice for me all year is just so special. Offensive line in this game is so underappreciated, especially at the running back position and quarterback position, because without them, we wouldn't be able to do anything. And I think that them guys are going to, play a long time, in the NFL. And, some of those guys, I came in with Blake and Walker. I've been here for a long time. TL is a team captain, so, he's made a mark on me. And also Big Rye, getting the signals and the calls from him all year, it's been special. So, I think those guys have really done a great job, making their imprint and mark on this university. And, I kind of modeled my game after Cordell Patterson, Coach Sweeney. Last December when we were going through the transition of me going to running back, I got a call at 11 p.m., just with the name of Cordell Patterson and nothing else. So I started watching film on him in the offseason. Also, taller stature guys such as Derrick Henry and Cam Newton, the way that their running style is kind of comparable to mine. And I think that, you just kind of mimic some of those guys' game, and being myself out there too as well has just been a huge impact on my playing style.
What kind of influence and experiences did they offer you?
Coach Spiller has just been one of those guys that I can lean on, especially, throughout the season, when things may not have been going right. He's been in this situation with us when he played, and, they dropped a couple of games, and he just gave us a great, lens through his eyes of what he had to go through. And then him being a top 10 pick, it gives you so much experience and so much confidence that we want to go play out there for a guy that has done it and been in the trenches with us before.
Best advice you were given through the years, and then what would you tell the next kid that dreams to be the next Adam Randall?
The best advice I've ever been given was probably from my mom, and it's just one word: it's to believe. And regardless of all the adversity and the things that I've had to go throughout my life, I've always believed, and that there was something good coming out of it. And the best advice that I've got since I've been here is it takes what it takes. I didn't understand what Coach meant by that in the first year, but by the second and third year, I really understood. It really takes what it takes to get there to the highest level and play at the highest level. So I would advise all the young players that are coming through this program and that are in high school to always believe. And when you're going out there and you're working on those hard days, it's going to take what it takes to get to the next level to be a great player.
All right. Thank you, Adam.
Appreciate y'all.